If you want the original Louis Vuitton Speedy in 2026, you may already be too late. Because most people think choosing between the Louis Vuitton Speedy and the Speedy Bandoulière is simple. One has a strap, one doesn't. But here's what nobody talks about. The classic Speedy without the strap is quietly disappearing from Louis Vuitton stores. And many buyers don't even realize it until they try to buy one. So today we're talking about the real difference between the Louis Vuitton Speedy and the Speedy Bandoulière, whether you can still buy the original Speedy brand new, which one is smarter for everyday life, and the expensive mistakes people make when buying these bags secondhand. And honestly, Louis Vuitton may have already made the decision for most buyers. Why the Speedy became so iconic. The Louis Vuitton Speedy is one of the most famous luxury bags ever created. It was originally inspired by Louis Vuitton travel bags and became popular because it was lightweight, practical, and easy to carry every day. For years, the Speedy only existed as a handheld bag. No shoulder strap, no crossbody option, just the classic silhouette with rolled leather handles. That clean shape became part of what made the Speedy so timeless. Then Louis Vuitton introduced the Speedy Bandoulière, and suddenly the entire vibe of the bag changed, because now the Speedy could be worn on the shoulder, crossbody, or handheld. And that made it feel much more modern. The biggest difference. Let's keep this simple. The classic Speedy. Handheld only, cleaner silhouette, no extra side hardware, more traditional look. The Speedy Bandoulière comes with a removable strap, can be worn crossbody depending on the size, feels more practical for daily life, has extra hardware on the sides. And honestly, that one difference completely changes how the bag feels in real life. The regular Speedy feels elegant and classic. The Bandoulière feels easier and more effortless. But here's the important part. If you're buying brand new from Louis Vuitton, this may not even be a real choice anymore. Because the original Speedy without the strap is becoming harder and harder to find. Louis Vuitton now heavily focuses on the Bandoulière versions online and in boutiques. The classic Speedy still appears occasionally in some stores or markets, but in most cases, the Bandoulière has clearly become the main version Louis Vuitton wants customers to buy. And honestly, most first-time buyers don't notice this shift until they start shopping. That's why vintage lovers and longtime Louis Vuitton collectors are suddenly paying more attention to the original Speedy again. Because when something starts disappearing, people want it even more. Which one actually looks better? This is where people become very divided. A lot of Louis Vuitton lovers believe the original Speedy looks more luxurious. Why? Because it's cleaner. There's no extra strap, no side hardware, no casual crossbody styling. It has that polished old money look that feels incredibly timeless, especially in sizes like the Speedy 25 or Speedy 30. But the Bandoulière has a different advantage. It fits modern lifestyles much better. It feels relaxed, practical, and easy to wear all day. So your choice really depends on your style. If you love quiet luxury, minimal looks, elegant outfits, classic fashion, you may prefer the original Speedy. But if you care more about comfort, travel, daily use, hands-free convenience, the Bandoulière usually makes more sense. Let's talk about comfort. This is where many buyers change their mind, because the regular Speedy can get uncomfortable surprisingly fast. Once you add a wallet, phone, makeup, sunglasses, water bottle, the bag gets heavy. And since the original Speedy only has handheld straps, you constantly have to carry it in your hand or on your forearm. It looks beautiful, but it's not always practical. The Bandoulière completely changes that experience. You can wear it on your shoulder and move around freely. And honestly, this is why Louis Vuitton probably shifted toward the Bandoulière in the first place. Modern luxury buyers want convenience. Which one is better, secondhand? Now, this is where things get interesting. The secondhand market is actually one of the best places to buy the original Speedy now. And some people specifically prefer vintage Speedy bags because they love the softer canvas. The older shape, the cleaner look, the classic Louis Vuitton feel. But you have to inspect these bags carefully. Always check corner wear, cracks in the canvas, water stains on the vachetta, sticky interior lining, tarnished hardware, broken zipper teeth. And one huge warning: some older Speedy bags completely lose their shape over time. So always ask sellers for side profile photos, bottom photos, interior photos, close-ups of the handles. A bag can look perfect from the front and heavily collapsed from the side. Which one should you buy? Here's the honest answer. Buy the original Speedy if you love timeless luxury. You want the classic Louis Vuitton look. You don't mind carrying the bag by hand. You appreciate vintage fashion energy. Buy the Speedy Bandoulière if you want practicality. You travel often. You need comfort. This is your first luxury bag. You want the easiest everyday option. But here's the biggest thing to remember. If you want the original Speedy brand new, don't assume it will always be available. Because Louis Vuitton clearly seems to be moving toward the bandoulière as the future of the Speedy line. And honestly, that may make the original Speedy even more special over time. So now I want to know your opinion. Would you choose the original Speedy or the Speedy Bandoulière? And do you think Louis Vuitton should keep making the classic Speedy without the strap? Tell me in the comments, because I'm really curious which side people are on. And if you're building your first designer bag collection, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications, because this channel is all about helping you avoid expensive luxury mistakes and choose bags you'll actually love for years.